Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
We got it! We got it!
52 booklets.
Somebody clip this one.
All right. Happy April Fool's Day, ladies and gents. And today, I'm just waiting on the other gentlemen to join me because we're doing our annual April Fool's Day thing where, okay, the concept of what we do on April Fools is we each assign a movie and or comic that is hard. What's up, Master Sergeant? So the way April Fools works at Comics League is we each assign each other something so heinous, something so horrible, but we have to positively review it and treat it like we are its biggest fans. So, and for those of you that have been here for a while, you know exactly what we're talking about. So I'm just pulling up my timer because I'm going to have to start off because so far no one has shown up for the discussion. Hopefully they will be here soon. But in the meantime, actually, you know what? Let's start with this. How is everyone doing today? We might as well have a quick Q&A. Do you guys have any questions for me that we can start off until the guys get here? Any questions whatsoever can pertain to pop culture, can pertain to the show or content that I have planned. Anything you guys want to talk about real quick before we get started into the shenanigans, and then I have to talk about what is quite possibly. I know I said on movie night that JLA 97 is the worst superhero movie of all time. But that being said, I think I found one that takes the frickin' cake. That was my day. My day was great up until I watched this movie. Oh God. So I'm waiting until Nick is gonna be here momentarily because he wants to be here to like review the movie. But you know what? I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I had to review frickin' Blank Man. So the movie that Nick gave me is Blank Man with Damon Wayans. Oh my God. This movie was a 94. Oh, it's 1994. And but by Tevi, I'll keep that in mind. But so for those of you that are wondering what this movie's about, actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's get started. Let me just remind the gents that we are going to do this. So, let me ask you guys this real quick. In your guys' opinion, what is the worst superhero movie of all time? I'll start with that. You guys go ahead and tell me what you think is the worst movie of all time. Worst superhero movie of all time and worst comic of all time. Because the comic that I had to read, it started off cool until the end. Then it was like, the heck? So that's a tough one. All right. So I might as well get started because I want to get this over with. And oh boy. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to time this for, I'd say 5 minutes. At the conclusion of the 5 minutes, then I can start blasting Blank Man. So let me get my timer and put it for 5 minutos. Venice Superman is one of the worst. Yeah, that is garbage. Superman 4, yes. Catwoman, yes. Speaking of Catwoman, Teladia should be joining us soon because he had to review Catwoman. Oh boy. All right. So let's get this crazy train rolling. All right. So I'm just typing this out. All right, here we go. Yeah, Fanforsic is a worse one. Okay. So again, 5 minutes, and I have to positively review this. So if it sounds like I'm a total shill for this movie, that's why. That's part of the charm of these streams. So that was Superman Reborn for obvious reasons. Yeah, worst comic. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Randy. So, all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in Blank Man, this comic book fan who wants to like save his community has the noble intention to become a superhero. Now, what's really cool about this is that all of his tech is homemade out of like circuit boards and stuff. So it has kind of an everyman Batman like concept. And what's interesting about it, and what's up at MD4? So what's cool about it is that then he tries to become a crime fighter, but here's the interesting part. No one takes him seriously until he saves someone, and Teladia is finally here. So I'm reviewing, but so wait, I'll restart. So I'm talking about Blank Man. So you have to. So let me restart this. I'm going first.
Okay. Okay.
So Blank Man starts. So he's a comic book fan that's watching like Batman 66, and he's here. Good. I just comic book fan. And what's kind of really cool about this, and totally not cheap at all, is that he like MacGyver's together his own like bat tech, and it kind of has an everyman quality of it that gives it like his.
You mean his blank tech?
Yeah, his blank tech, exactly. And then, so what's cool about it, you know how he gets the name Blank Man? It's actually very, very not contrived at all. So he saves this woman from an elevator. And by saves, he helps her deliver a baby. And
I mean, to be fair, his friend did all the work.
Yeah, but still, he's the superhero. So, by superhero law, he gets the credit. So what happens is that they're like, "Hey, who are you? What's your superhero name?" And he just stays there. He's very like impondering. He's kind of like that statue, the thinker. So he's like, which totally like is a cool Easter egg toward that art. It kind of gives this a very high art feel of a film. So it turns out he's called Blank Man because he's literally drawing a blank. So some other tech he has a motorcycle that he drives on train tracks. Yes, on train tracks. And what was really funny is he's driving a reporter to his secret cave because that's a great idea for a superhero to do. He's driving her, and then he can't hear her in the superhero thing. So, like, as the train is following him, he's brave enough to turn off the engine and like stop the motorcycle as the train's approaching because he wants to hear the very important thing that this journalist is saying. So good, we're all here. I'm reviewing Blank Man, so don't make me lose my thing. So then this mob boss apparently killed his grandmother. So you could take that as kind of a reference to Spider-Man. So this is basically combining Spider-Man. This is taking the best elements of Spider-Man and Batman and combining them. God damn it, I'm falling apart here. And then they have this epic fight in the newsroom. And you may be wondering.
Talk about creating some news.
Yeah, you may be wondering. So what's the plot? So the bad guy is going to blow up a building. So Blank Man brings his blank bot into the room. And it apparently, so it's like one of those like EOD containers that like they put nuclear bombs in that's supposed to absorb it, but it's a trash can. So it's even more like he somehow MacGyvered a nuclear thing, and because he's Blank Man, that's why. This movie actually basically
is he like Riri Williams' grandfather or something?
No, Nick. This is if Grant Morrison wrote Blank Man. So So then it gets even better. So then there's the bank robbery. And then to stop the bank robbers and get them out of the vault, he throws a fart bomb at them. And that is so cool. It's like, it's one of the most inventive uses of tech ever. Nope, I'm not going to stop. No, I have a minute left, JJheat. Stop counting me down. And somehow this movie ends up to be like almost as good as Justice League 97. It's amazing. And then
wow, that's high praise.
Yeah, so then he gets a suit for his buddy, and the suit is like the most inventive thing ever. It's like sweatpants, a t-shirt, a cape that's made out of
He's
drapes.
the Green Hornet.
He's basically the Green Hornet. Yeah, exactly. He's basically the Green Hornet. And you know what? I have a minute left. Can I just transfer over?
Yes.
Okay, what the hell did I just watch? Oh my God, that was Justice League is better than this piece of crap.
Holy crap!
What the hell was that? So, fart bombs. That sounds like something out of
This whole movie seems like it's written by James Gunn.
No.
That's a compliment to James Gunn, but I see.
So you're saying that Blank Man is going to be a part of Superman Legacy?
Oh my gosh, imagine that. So then, by the way, I never thought I would say this, but I also prefer JLA 97 to that, because at least the characters didn't sound annoying and vaguely Blank Man kind of seemed like a racist stereotype to me, kind of. So I was like, am I allowed to watch this? So then so he stops like a bomb that's like blocks and blocks of C4 with a trash can. What the heck is going on here? This movie is made by people that don't take comic book movies seriously, obviously.
See, what you don't understand is he used his blank powers to make sure that when that C4, they're now blank.
Nick, don't scroll him.
Nick, don't Grant Morrison this, because trust me, this is almost like Grant Morrison if Grant Morrison were writing a really, really, really crappy character. And I wonder why there's never been a sequel to this.
Nick, be honest. Was this payback for for having to review Captain Marvel last year?
Maybe.
By the way, he didn't watch his stuff. His will be on CLD. We're going to do a very special CLD segment.
Yeah, so, I'm just here to revel in Jared's misery. Then I'm different.
Now, I also had to read a comic, which is Nightwing 93. Now,
we're so demonetized.
So,
you don't like Lady Tarantula?
Now, the good part about this comic, the art is really good in terms of everything until the end. Everything until the end is good. The action, the characterizations mostly. I like the way they draw Rain here. I like first off, I like Nightwing as a character. That was cool.
The art's not the problem. We get it.
So then at the end, they had this genius idea. So you know how like in any piece of pop culture that to make the character seem human, they have them have sex. They do that in this, and that is totally not overdone at all.
You're underselling it. You're underselling it.
Selling it
on a rooftop.
So you want to know why they're having sex? Tell them why Tarantula is having sex with Nightwing on a rooftop in the rain
because I believe Nightwing kills Blockbuster or Tarantula kills Blockbuster.
Here's the thing: Tarantula kills Blockbuster, but Nightwing lets him. Like the whole thing is basically Blockbuster does it to his breaking point, and on Nightwing, all he does is he steps away, and Tarantula blows his brains out, and then Tarantula. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence.
Yeah, don't finish that sentence because I was reading that, and up until the end, I was like, why did JJheat have such a violent reaction when I was assigned this? And then when I read it, I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is.
And the best/worst thing is they don't show anything. It's just heavily implied. You basically read it's like, wait, are they doing what I
straddling his waist? She lets her hair down. There's only one thing they could be doing.
So, oh, by the way, Daniel says, here's your April Fool's joke. JJheat and the Phoenix Press wearing t-shirts with Superman and Wonder Woman kissing each other. That's the April Fool's joke.
That is
I'll let you
cruel
have
and
it, Daniel, but
unusual
again,
punishment.
I'm not the biggest fan of shipping. I honestly
So-
don't care.
All in all, there is not a rating low enough for me to rank Blank Man. Like, there is not a number low enough. I would have to get into the negative infinity. Even that's
Would you
generous.
say it's
Wait.
worse than
So you're
Casino?
no, Jared. What you're saying is it's over negative 9,000.
Yeah. What were you saying,
Appreciate it,
JJheat?
I was saying, would you say this movie is worse than Shaquille O'Neal's Steel?
I haven't watched it.
Steel's
Okay,
not
we're
the
definitely
worst
saving
thing
that
ever.
for next year. We're saving that
Well,
for next year.
If you want the worst 90s Shaq movie, watch Shazam.
Well,
My God,
actually, you
that
know what's
movie's
kind of
terrible.
funny? April is so the theme for April's movie nights are bad movies. I picked the JLA one, so if one of you want to pick Steel, you can, and we'll watch that.
I mean, this week we're doing Batman and Robin.
Yes, we're doing Batman and Robin
Everyone,
this week.
Chill.
Now,
All right, everybody, chill.
now, I believe Teladia is the only other one who did his homework. Please tell me.
All
you
right,
watched the
I'm
movie.
dipping
I was
out. You
gonna-
guys have a good one.
All right, I'll see you.
I
I'll see you,
will-
Nick. Enjoy the gingers. So
He got
Did
away with it. Like, how can he get away with it? That's not,
no,
that's
he's going to
not-
review the Marvels for CLD. He's not getting away with it, and then he's going to have to do 10 minutes of positive reviewing for not doing his homework. Yes, I'm adding that penalty.
I did my homework.
Good
And
boy. I did both, which is more than I could say for JJheat last year.
I did my homework. I was watching it right before you messaged me. I was watching it. I was towards the end of the film.
So now, again, the way this works is that we're going to do 5 minutes. Minutes. You have to act like you are the
One question.
biggest fan of this movie. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you mind if I talk about the stuff that I saw, because I didn't get to finish to the end?
Yeah, that's fine. You don't really have to worry about that. It's just what you saw. You just have to like act like you are the biggest shill of this movie ever. Act
Okay.
like a James Gunn fan at a James Gunn movie. That's
Okay.
pretty much right. And then after we do this, JJheat, I don't think we assigned you anything. Did we?
Oh, you did not.
Oh, okay. Then how about you positively review Marvel? We'll do that. Of what
Okay,
you remember of
sounds like a plan.
Marvel, you'll do that.
No,
So-
no. I got a better
Wait,
one.
where's my movie review? If Marvel's my comic.
All right. And by the way, so the way that the game works, just remind everyone, you have to go for 5 minutes positive reviewing it. And then as soon as that timer hits 0, you can tear it. Now, the difference between last year, please keep it PG. That's all
That's
I
fair.
asked. Just
That's
keep
fair.
it PG because it was a pain in the ass to have to go back in and edit all that stuff out. It was funny, but I don't want to have to deal with that. So in terms of movie review, what would be JJheat's movie review? There's so many.
I'll leave
bad
this for the
movies.
chat to decide.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
No, because they'll give him a dumb movie.
They'll give him a dumb movie. But Brown Destroyer says, hot take, I like Flash better than Blue Beetle and Shazam 2. Flash was messed up, but still better than the other two. I enjoyed Flash for what it was. I understood what it... Oh, fan 4 stick. We could do that. That's an option.
Okay,
That's
what
an
else?
option.
84.
Wonder
Dave
Woman
going for the
1984.
jugular. Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay, Wonder Woman 1984 is the option to beat. And remember, you have to act like you're the biggest shill ever. James Gunn is an April Fool's joke.
Well played, Daniel. Well played. 1984 is the movie to beat. Spider-Man 3, that overbloated. I wouldn't say Spider-Man 3 is bad. Weakest of
Nah.
the trilogy by far, but I would not say it's bad.
I will defend Spider-Man 3. I'll be right there with the J if you go with that one. But all right.
Okay, do you mind if I go? Because
Go ahead while we're waiting on this. Go
Okay,
ahead,
so again, 5, and then I'll tell you what. I'll give you like a when you have 1 minute left. I'll put a 1 up so that way you know to wrap it up and get ready to transfer. You ready?
okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So this movie opens up with like an Egyptian type of feeling. I was just like, you know what? This movie sounded like an Egyptian, The Mummy feel to it. I'm just like, okay, I'm digging it. You know, I'm just like, wow. And then they didn't do the DC logo thing, which I was like, okay. okay, but why is it no DC logo? But they showed all the credits of the people who are going to be in the film. Now it kicks off with her in the water, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And she's floating and she's explaining her situation, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So they rewind time, go back, and you get to see her basically going to her workplace, and her name is Patient Phillips.
So it's not Selena Kyle. Wow. And by the
Yeah,
way, JJheat, Birds of Prey is also an option. Go on.
yeah. As I was saying, her name was Patient Phillips. She works for a designer, one of a beauty place, and um, and the big boss doesn't like her at all. So I was just like, I'm just like, he's a dummy. Why are you being why are you being rude to her? She does all this hard work for you. She makes design stuff for you, because she was designing stuff for for the I think for the website and or whatnot. And he was like really abrupt with it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll do it again. I'll do it again." I'm just like, at least you're, you know, doing what you're told, and you said you'd do it again. I'm glad that was a thing. Um, but then she spent the full day and full night reworking it, and I was just like, my God, she's a hard worker. I wish I had someone like that in real life.
This is actually pretty good.
So it's like I'm just like, wow. So when she gets to finishing it, she goes to the factory to drop it off. And then what happens? She get when she was going to drop it off, she was supposed to she saw something that she's never supposed to see. And I'm just like, okay, you better run as fast as you can, because otherwise you're gonna get shot. So so she does that. She runs, and then she gets these two security guards chasing after her. One goes on one end and the other one goes in, and she gets trapped into a pipeline. And that leads her going into the sewage, whatever. And she was at the end of the sewage place where that leads to the ocean. They flushed it and basically flushed her out and killed her. And I'm just like, oh man, that's a shame. I would love to have seen her escape with tell the police. But I'm just like, okay. Then all these cats come, and these cats start to give her like, you know, the surface around her,
Yeah.
and one of them approaches her and uses his mystical powers and breathes on her. I'm just like, I hope he has a mint in his. I'm like, I hope he has a mint in his breath, because you know how I know how a cat thing. So she has cat powers and whatnot, and eventually, she shows off her talent, kicking people's butt. She says she's apologized. She gets fired from the workplace.
How about that basketball scene, Teladia?
Oh, that music goes really well with it. I dig it. I dig it. And that big, I'm trying to keep it PG.
You could tell he's kind of breaking right here.
I'm trying to keep it PG, but oh my God, that was great to see that.
All right, we'll call it. So, Teladia, what'd you actually think of this movie?
I'm like, what the hell? What
And by the way, wait a
incarnation?
second, Britt. I'm starting to reevaluate this here, because she's like, Catwoman's a goofy, guilty pleasure. Halle Berry can make any role work. Remember,
Brit has to do 84 then. Brit has to do 84.
This is one point
All right.
I will give Catwoman over 84. At least they did not insinuate a certain scene with a possessed Steve Trevor possessing another human being. You got to give
be
it
a
that.
gay man, so that makes it even worse. I'm like, oh God, why did you? Did you really think that was going to turn out well? But anyway, so Teladia, rant on, my friend, rant on.
So I'm just like, wait a minute. Patience Phillips, not Selena Kyle, no DC logo. I'm just like, whoa. And what really concerns me is the fact that that this film also had I like the idea of the sexy outfit, but come on, nothing is too I'm just like, no, this doesn't suit Halle Berry at all. The way she has, like, you see all this, basically um not like how Catwoman in 1992 was.
Yeah,
And I'm
at
just
least
like,
that was
no,
better.
at least that one was better. Yeah, exactly. But I'll give credit is due, where the uh the idea was there, but the but the what's it called, the idea was good, but the thing wasn't executed well,
Mhm.
because I just felt like so many mismanagement there. But the idea for the Egyptian gods of the cats being one of the most prized possession or whatever for Egyptian, I was just like, yeah. And I'm just like, man, I wish the this Catwoman was. Imagine if this Catwoman was connected to Bale's universe. Oh
Imagine
my
if she
god.
showed up in the Flash in one of those scenes they CGI'd her.
Oh my god. Just imagine that. I'll be really, really annoyed.
That would be great. That would be great. You all of a sudden see a whip and it just pulls her through the portal. So that was good.
That-
Now, JJheat, we have a couple
Okay,
of options. We have Wonder Woman 1984. We have Birds of Prey, because that would test any man's metal. So your comic is Marvel, but your movie can be Wonder Woman 1984. I almost said Marvel. Jeez. Birds of Prey. We could do, let's see, what else? Spider-Man 3 is not that bad, so we're not gonna worry about that. Or Fan 4 stick. So let's go with those three. Actually, you know what? You don't have a say in this. Teladia and I have a say in this. So what do you think?
How about we let the chat decide? That way,
No, that's not the way it works. JJheat, stop trying to change the rules. So Teladia,
I'm not trying to change anything. I'm merely making a suggestion.
Yes, you are. Teladia,
I got. He has to positively review Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
No, he's gonna.
It's hilarious.
He's gonna positively review Dragon Ball Evolution. That's what he's gonna do.
Oh yes.
So the way it's gonna work again. When I hit the 5 minutes, you have to treat it like you're the biggest shield for this movie. Then when 5 minutes goes by, I'll let you know. I'll start counting down or something like that, and then you can go ahead and rip this movie apart.
Jared, his face just says it all. He just
yeah. All right. Are you ready, JJheat?
Sure. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Well, this movie, first of all, it helped reconnect the franchise despite the disconnect, brought Kira Toriyama out of retirement, and let's just say it's a direct consolidation of events with the Piccolo Daimao saga. The acting was pretty decent for a semi-mid-average script, and the casting was decently dynamic. Seriously, this is not that hard for me to do. Seriously.
Semi-mid-average. I love that.
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. The CGI was decent for the time. The Ozaru form was a surprise. And of course, you got the Bulma Yamcha subplot out the way, because that pretty much dragged out for most of Dragon Ball, if not all of it, if we're going back to the original manga. Wait, how far along am I?
You've only gone for a minute. You still got 4 more.
4 more minutes.
All right. What's another good point? Okay, the teen melodrama aspect was very CW-ish, where you felt grounded and everyone had a personal perspective and arc. Daimao looked more like a demon as he was originally intended before the retcon to him being an alien. Grandpa Gohan was nowhere to be in sight, at least not that I remember, but that would have been a nice touch. A lot of willpower and multiple collabs with these two Nicks. I am a master. You cannot break me.
Yeah, tell him JJheat Cassandra K was perfect casting. Oh God! I don't think anyone could do that. But anyway, continue.
Well, at the very least, she was a good stand-in for DC's Deadpool 2 ripoff. See, I have done the impossible, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep going.
But where was I? Oh yes. Chi-Chi was actually
talk about the air farts.
Yeah, talk about the air farts.
Well, simple. You can't CGI a flying cloud because otherwise you'd have a repeat of Silver Surfer. The technology was very limited. I'm not saying it was a standing worthy of a standing ovation, but it was a good workaround due to budget constraints. And yes, I did say that with a straight face. Like seriously, Dragon Ball Z Evolution was the worst topic, man. This is too easy for me.
You have lots of willpower, dude.
Well, of course, I'm a Green Lantern.
Are you sure you have a green?
Keep going, dude.
Okay. Enough banter. Now, where was I? Oh yes, Chi-Chi's actually debuts a little earlier on, is actually tolerable. Bulma's a little less of a nag, but this is early Dragon Ball, so it doesn't get to the point of atrocious. Yamcha's not as much of a horn dog here, but let's be honest, he never really was one to begin with. His baseball career took off and he let the fame go to his head. And let's be honest, Bulma and Yamcha was going to implode regardless of whether she hooked up with Vegeta or not. Let's be honest with ourselves, Teladia. Let's really be honest.
Wait. That was not in the film.
Oh, he's putting in stuff? You're trying to retcon stuff?
I'm not retconning anything. Bulma and Yamcha were together in the movie. Let's be honest, that was not a good relationship in context to the film, especially if we're going into the manga. Like, hey, I'm just being meta with it. All I did was break the fourth wall a bit. Hey, this is April Fool's, man. We're just having fun.
You have a minute and a half.
Okay. Yamcha was. Thank you, Nick. Yamcha
It's breaking. He's breaking. He's breaking.
Yamcha was terrified of women early on. And of course, you have a very generic CGI final battle, which was commonplace during this era. It was 2009, after all, better than what the prequels got, so I'll give them that much. And with that being said,
No. Keep going.
No.
Keep going. You have a minute left. Keep going.
Okay.
Stop just it out.
Stop talking slowly. Talk faster.
As much as the CGI was accommodating, it really was a decent CGI fight for the time. Hey, it was better than Galactus and Rise of Silver Surfer, at least. Like, come on. Like, that was a pretty low bar, all things considered.
Stop talking slowly.
Talk
fast.
I'm not talking slowly. Like, seriously.
Yes, you are.
If you keep it talking slowly, we'll keep it adding on minutes.
18 seconds. Go. Fast. Go. Speak.
Okay, and then they gathered the Dragon Balls. I don't even think Shenron even appears in the film, if I remember correctly, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
7, 6, 5,
and all I want to say is
3, 2, 1, go.
His demise.
Go.
He showed respect and class for this obvious cash grab. So let's show a little bit of class and kind. But more importantly, what the?
Did you just?
The only silver lining in this film is that Toriyama was so blatantly pissed off he dragged himself out of retirement. That is this film's only saving grace.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
We broke it.
All right. So, now how do you rate that movie out of 10, JJheat?
A 2. And I'm being
that's a little
very
generous, dude.
right now.
This is coming from the guy, by the way. I saw the movie in theaters.
So did I. On a dare.
Who would dare you to see that BS?
Remember my brother Kid Takeoff, Jared?
Yeah.
Oh, that explains it. So
that explains the whole.
Now.
Oh, I got it back for that, but that's a story for another day.
Well, let's see. Now you have to positively review Marvel. And this is payback for not doing it last time.
You were really mad you had to positively review Justice League, aren't you?
No, I'm really mad I had to positively review Blank Man. That's what I'm very angry about. All right. 3, 2, 1. Positively review Marvel, go.
Well, for starters, it was a decent political commentary on the Bush administration in 2004. Takes in superhero genres and kind of ups the ante a little bit with edginess and a relative finesse or lack thereof. This is notable by Frank Miller, who arguably revitalized the Batman franchise with The Dark Knight Returns.
Pause. Did that come out today? Because if it came out today, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, this has to be an April Fool's.
That has to be an April Fool's joke. There's no way that came out anytime other than today.
That has to be.
Movie theater. Yes, exactly. The April Fool's is always so much fun. So go on, JJheat. You're talking about Marvel being a political commentary for the Bush administration.
Okay, yes. It was a political commentary for the Bush administration, especially people's perception towards Bush, factoring recent tragedies and political outcomes during that period. Also, you have to take into account this was written by Frank Miller, who revitalized the Batman IP in the modern era after the censorship of the Comics Code Authority. Though, to be fair, it would be another 7 years before the Comics Code Authority was officially repealed, and re-regulated in 2011. But even with all that being said, this had to be his last hurrah before his career inevitably fumbled in old age. Now, there is a sequel that's arguably even worse than this, but I'm being positive for the next 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
Actually, 4 minutes. Go.
Even so, you start with this relatively mundane protagonist. You know, he suddenly gets superpowers. He kind of reminds you of Superboy Prime in a way, to where he's very meta, he's very out there, and then goes on a bloody power trip halfway through on top of everything else that's going on. And you think it's nonsensical, and arguably it is, but if you have a minute understanding of Superboy Prime and his path to madness, you've seen this story before. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's horrendous. It's just very mediocre.
No, you can't even say mediocre. You have to act like you're a total shill. You're acting like it's the best comic book ever written.
But to each opinion's their own. Some say it's fantastic. Others say it's awful. Me, I'm above average, but I would not say it is a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination.
Look at that smile. He's falling apart. He's falling apart. He's now starting early on his bashing, which you can't do.
Hey, I'm not bashing. You told me to be positive. I'm actually being positive to a very
you have to be like total shill level. You have to be total shill level.
My mistake. You just don't understand, man. You don't relate to what we teenagers go through. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Hey, this is what you wanted, Jared. This is what you wanted.
This is great. I love this. Oh, gosh. This is awesome.
Brown Destroyer has a great comment for you, Jared.
Brown, that's not even right to say on April Fool's Day. Wow.
Thank you, Brown Destroyer. I appreciate the solidarity.
Keep going.
Now, where was it?
2 minutes.
Now, where was I? Oh, yes. You just don't understand. You don't know what it's like to be us, man. We have a story that's all about us and fighting adult tyranny, always dragging us down, man.
Oh, God.
You just don't understand why Marvel is the best comic ever. Thank you. That's for you, Tevia.
Oh my God, this is great. This is such a great idea to do every year.
And when I look at this story, I see myself, man. Always the man dragging me down. You guys just don't understand what it's like to be me. I tried so hard. I got so far.
All right. You're starting to sing. Well, let's transition. All right. So I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
from the bottom
5,
of my heart.
4, 3, 2, 1. How do you really feel about Marvel?
For one, I hate you both.
See, we broke him. We broke him on the show. We finally did it.
The very fact that you get, first of all, I kind of deserve this considering the fact that I kind of finessed out of it last year. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, eat it.
But at least I didn't have to positively review Justice League. At least I didn't have to validate Wonder Bat. Hey, you got out of this a lot worse than me, man.
Not this year. I didn't have to do that this year.
But all I will say, this book is freaking horrendous. And let's be honest, Frank Miller peaked. If we're really going to have that argument, Frank Miller peaked after All-Star Batman and Robin, and that's charitable.
We're not talking about Frank Miller.
Hey, I'm saying, we might as well have the conversation. If I'm
you're talking about Marvel. You got to talk Marvel, sir.
I earned this.
No, you got to talk about Marvel. You're talking about Marvel. That's
Even
Marvel.
If you don't do it, we're gonna make
Such
you
an
watch something.
obvious.
If you don't do it, you're doing it again next year.
Even with this, this is just terrible. It's very on the nose. It's overly biased. And even and God knows the sequel is just horrendous.
By the way, I didn't know there was a sequel.
But we're gonna
Believe
make
it or
you-
not, there is a sequel.
We're
There
gonna
is a
make you
sequel.
read the. We're gonna make you read the sequel then.
By all
That's next year.
It is objectively bad, and I will use the same angsty teen hippie voice.
But keep going, JJheat. I want to hear the anger. I want to feel your anger.
Let it throw through you. Anger leads to hate.
Go.
Hate leads to suffering.
That's good with the audio. Keep going.
Come
JJheat,
on.
continue on. Continue on. Rant. Rant,
Hate.
sir. Rant.
There's
Well,
really
let-
nothing more I could say. It is an objectively bad comic.
Look at
Like
Nick.
seriously, I've
Look
read
at
a
Nick.
lot of. Yes, Nick, John. Marvel does have a sequel.
And by the way, Nix, next year you're joining us and you're positively reviewing Avengers 200.
Come on, man, that's just mean.
Nope, sorry.
No, sorry.
A blank man.
Black
I
Man's
have
not
to-
even bad. It's a pure parody.
It's bad, dude.
Wait,
It is bad.
Garrett, wait. I did my homework where you guys didn't. You are the guys.
Yeah, you
Hey, I
guys
did
didn't
my
do
homework.
anything. You didn't ask for homework.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
guys
you were
should've
gonna make
said-
me read Marvel regardless. That was already in the can. That was already in the can.
Yes, but you should.
That-
No.
that- Hey, I'm just.
No, because what actually happened is that you never told me, hey, Jared, I know April Fool's is coming up and we normally do this. Can you, what should I do? At least I put in the chat because no one had given me a movie. I'm like, what movie should I do? And Randy, that is.
Did he leave?
Hey, what's up, Jack? How you doing, dude? You can't force me. Yeah, I can. I really can. I have the comic. I'm the comic lord.
But as I was saying, this comic is just awful. I mean, even with the political conflict at the time, it was the Rick and Morty of the 2000s. Let me say that. I mean that explicitly. It was raunchy, it was edgy, it was over the top, random for the sake of random, and shock value galore. It makes Ultimatum look tame in comparison.
Now, wait. Tevia's saying this on April Fool's Day, so really he doesn't like Lois and Clark anymore. Apparently, that is interesting. Tevia, welcome to the Brotherhood of Lois Ayers. Now, what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna promise this. I'm gonna make a promise for next year. Here's what I'm gonna do next year. In addition to my two things, I am going to positively talk about Lois Lane next year for April Fool's Day. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did for like the movies, but with Lois Lane, where for 5 minutes I sing her praises and then I just tear her down.
And I'm going to positively review one episode of not my Adventures of Superman, Adventures of Superman and Lois, the 90s cartoon.
No, but Tevia, you're
The
saying
90s
that
cartoon was actually pretty good until they got married.
Tevia, you're saying this on April Fool's Day.
Hey.
So anything that you say about you liking something on April Fool's Day is suspect.
I
Brown, that's just crossing a line.
Brown,
That's
that is
crossing a line.
just
Come on, man.
I have to positively review the 90s Lois and Superman episode, one of the episodes, which was
Okay.
So
Who wants to positively review the Rise of Skywalker?
The Rise of
That has to be-
Skywalker.
That has
That
to
one's
be
it-
Nick. That has to be Nick.
We'll see. If they come out with another Captain Marvel movie, that'll be the ongoing joke. He has to keep reviewing Captain Marvel movies. That'll be so. Nick had better hope that they get rid of Brie Larson soon, because he's gonna have to. He's gonna be her face gonna be etched in his mind when I get done with him. Randy, I like Injustice. Oh, positively review Injustice. So do you guys want me to positively review Injustice? I'll do it.
I mean, we got a few minutes now.
Yeah.
If you guys just want to get out of the way.
All right, all right. I'll do it.
The
I'll do it.
animated.
5 minutes.
By the way, it's the animated movie.
I like
not
the
book.
animated. I genuinely like the animated movie.
You what?
I'll explain why when I get to the good parts. And by the way, yeah, I'm sure on April Fool's Day. Yeah. So, all right, 3, 2, 1. So, the concept of injustice, something that's never been done before. Picture 2 words: evil Superman. Never been done before. It's definitely not overplayed. So the concept is Superman by accident kills Lois Lane, who is the most important character in all of DC. So she gets killed, and Superman decides to become a dictator because he's manipulated by Wonder Woman. And of course, that in no way is like contrived, but as it continues on, Superman becomes more and more of a dictator, very much still in his character, apparently. And then but then Batman's the greatest character in Injustice because he, in keeping with it's avoiding responsibility for what happens to Superman, he totally like completely abandons his friend after Superman just kills the Joker, because that's 100% like the most rational thing to do as someone that has God powers. And then Superman Superman kills Green Arrow because Green Arrow is not being a buddy. He kills Shazam because Shazam is questioning him in front of his rulership. And he becomes a Yellow Lantern, which totally is not a red flag for Wonder Woman, even though this is an evil Wonder Woman. On that, this Wonder Woman's origin is totally not contrived, because what's actually kind of cool about it is that, so it's the Wonder Woman movie, because that's definitely not lazy. It's the Wonder Woman movie, except Steve Trevor's actually a soldier for the German army in World War II. I say German army in World War II because I don't know if I can say the other word on YouTube without being taken down. So, and it's in no way like contrived that she has this negative opinion of men. It totally makes sense that she would hate men. Even after serving on the JSA and the JLA, who are some of the best men in the world, there's no way that she wouldn't like.
So what you're saying is Diana's a raging man hater?
Yeah, exactly. Despite everything. Okay, you know what? I can't go on that. Can I go ahead and transition to this?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with Injustice, is that no one acts realistically the way those characters would act, and you have to change the origin in order for it to make sense. But even when you change Wonder Woman's origin in that universe, it makes zero sense, because again, so she hates men, she distrusts men because of like what happened with Steve Trevor. Fair enough. She serves on the JSA and JLA, which are supposedly to quote her, the best men she's ever served with. And all of a sudden, that doesn't positively impact her like opinion of man's world. What? It's the most contrived thing ever. And the idea that Lois Lane gets killed, and that's what pushes Superman down the line, in addition to the nuke and all that stuff. But here's the thing. We had a storyline that did this 10 times better. It's called Kingdom Come. This is what happens when you do it organically and not have the characters act out of continuity. That's why I like the Injustice movie better. Because look at Wonder Woman in that. Of course, first she kind of goes with Superman and stuff. But then at the end of the movie, she's like, wait a second, you killed kids. Why am I serving with you? And then she turns on him. And they have to bring in a Superman. That's why I like the Injustice animated movie. The characters act consistent with their comic counterparts, with their actual comic counterparts.
Two factors. One, although the animated version is more aligned how these characters would react to a situation like that, the game version is just to market edgy teenagers. Let's be honest.
It's to market Mortal Kombat. That's why. And honestly, here's the thing. Is it an interesting story? Yeah, of course. Tom Taylor is great when he writes Elseworld stories, and only when he writes Elseworld stories. But is it a story that has done irreparable damage to Superman? Yes, because now it's like, if he's not with Lois Lane, he turns into a dictator. That's the leap in logic that these people go with. Because it's not like, but they ignore the fact that his city was nuked, and they're like, okay, so if he's not with Lois Lane, he turns into an evil dictator. And particularly if he gets with Wonder Woman, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh. And Nick brings up a good point. Injustice would have stopped because you're telling me that Batman would not have been there for his friend. Granted, he's shocked about being killed, but Batman's the type of guy that's paranoid. And when you have someone that has the powers of a god and he's mourning and you can see him going down this dark path, you don't try and steer him off that in any way. What?
To be fair, Batman is a...
Well, yeah, that's true. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up, Sage Torres? We're possibly reviewing and ranting about stuff. Oh, Heroes in Crisis is one of the absolute peaks of the DC universe. Oh God.
Dave is just cutthroat today. He woke up and chose violence.
I'll tell you what I love about the Killing Joke.
Which is worse? What? Heroes in Crisis or Identity Crisis?
That's tough.
Which is worse? Identity Crisis, because there was some R word involved with the death. So in my mind, that crosses a line. And Nick says Lois's death was part of it, but she was also pregnant. Manless's wife and unborn son's wife. Yeah, exactly. But they take only the wife part. That makes them evil. And I'm like, you guys have obviously not read Kingdom Come. Kathleen Quinn is the absolute queen. She can do no wrong. I know, right? Like Adventures of John Kent tried to bring injustice. Even his son couldn't save injustice, which makes no sense.
I'll take over.
Wait. So Tevia's saying it does make sense because he's saying this on April Fools.
Seriously, you're trying to use Bizarro logic just because it's April Fools?
That's what today is, or isn't.
Okay.
So he's saying Heroes in Crisis is the best.
So repeatedly, Tevia has bashed John Kent even as a kid, and has loved Heroes in Crisis. Wow, we're learning a lot about Tevia today. Brown Destroyer, Lois Lane's the best part of Superman's story. I know, right? And totally not useless at all. Sage, I've been analyzing some stuff and I changed my mind. Super Wonder is rather well-written ship. I hope we get to see more of it in the future. I think.
But Sage, you're saying this on April Fool's. So
yeah, you're saying this on April Fool's Day, so I'm kind of not believing that. But anyway, now, so next year is going to be the Lois Lane hype up thing. So,
I know which what you have to do, and I'm going to mention it on stream. You have to rewatch My Adventures with Superman, the episode with the Council of Lois Lane.
No! No! All right, fine.
Yes.
No! My personal hell.
Yes, I have to make you go through all of that again, and I'll sit down and we'll rewatch it with you again.
And then Teladia, next year, you have to tell me about why Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is the best DC superhero game of all time and is better than all the Arkham games.
Okay. I can do work with that.
Or I'll come up with something even more heinous. I have to wait. There's something perfect. JJheat will try and find something for you, but the problem with JJheat is that he has such willpower. It's really hard to find something that he's going to get.
I got a good one. I've got a good one for him. He has to positively review the worst ever Star Wars comic book.
Which is?
You remember, those old Star Wars comics?
The old Dark Horse comics.
Yeah, but which one?
The one which is really bad.
Oh, and you know what Nick is going to do next year?
Marvel again.
If a Captain Marvel movie does not come out, The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke.
No.
He has to review. He has to positively tell why that whole movie is the perfect adaptation of The Killing Joke.
He won't. No. He has to positively review Captain Marvel 2 because there was a sequel.
No, he's gonna do it. He's doing that on CLD. So he would already done that.
Oh, okay.
Look at Nick's. No.
Yes.
No.
Tevia, we did that last year.
We did that last year. No, we're not doing that.
Next year, you have to tell us why Super Sons is the worst comic book series of all time.
Yes.
You're going to do the opposite of what we do.
Now, Dave the Impaler makes a good point. Not joking. Identity Crisis was not that bad. Was it not necessary? It was unnecessary.
Oh, yeah. Identity Crisis was not that bad. It was unnecessary, rational, try hard. I mean,
look at
the
that. Yeah.
Deathstroke fight was good. Where the way Deathstroke fights the Flash is he just holds his sword out because he anticipated where he was going to go out. Pure evil. Yeah.
Wait,
Look
Tevye
at
says no.
Well, I
Yes.
think we know what Tevia's doing.
Yes.
Shazam 2 had better villains than Darkseid. I know, right? So, and that's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna go with. We'll find something for Nick because it's got to be something super heinous.
That you guys are maniacs.
I would have said he has to positively review Wheel of Time, but I think that would go a little too far.
I got
come
right.
on, man.
He has to positively review the New 52 Superman books.
He doesn't hate those. That's the thing.
Tevye does hate New 52 Superman.
Yeah, but you see, it's funnier if he has to negatively review Super Sons.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Let me put it this way, Tevye. If you want to join us next year, this is the price.
Oh,
this is the price of admission.
He has to state how Deceased is a bad story.
Well, not only that, and your movie, you have to negatively review, like completely bash the Super Sons movie. So it's going to be double hate on Super Sons for you.
Yeah.
You want to join us? This is what you're going to have to do, Tevye. This is what you're going to have to do.
The choice is yours.
Amanda was the best thing ever happened to see.
No. OMG, Wonder Woman game trailer just dropped. Yeah, I'm sure Zeke. Bruce Timm's prelude with the best part of the Killing Joke. It just said, "Oh yeah, Bruce Timm is so the greatest creative in all of DC and doesn't have
a lot of DCU fans would disagree with you."
Wait. Time out. Zeke, what you sent me, was that legit or was that a troll? Let me know now.
I mean, the Gail Simone thing.
Yeah, was that legit or?
I think this may be. When did he send that to you?
He sent that to me.
That was yesterday before it turned to midnight, so it could be true. The rumor is, and we're gonna now we're dropping the April Fool's thing. The rumor is that Gail Simone is writing the Wonder Woman game. I think it's what it is.
He's DMing me. He's DMing me. 1 second.
Wait, this is legit, or are we still on April Fool's?
This is legit because
wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Zeke is messaging me right now, telling me whether it's legit or not.
All right. And by Randy says, no April Fool's joke here. How would you guys feel about an Elseworld story with Lois and Steve as lanterns? Can they be like the lanterns that constantly have rings that are like out of charge, so they're stuck on planets and can't ever get home? I'll be fine with that story.
Okay, I can understand why you dislike Lois, but why do you hate Steve Trevor so much?
He's the most useless character of all time. Is used only as a stalker character for Wonder Woman, and keeps essentially. He is just the worst character in Wonder Woman's. He is useless. What can he do against the gods? He's with a gun.
Okay.
To quote Hawkeye, none of this makes sense. Yeah, go ahead.
Zeke told me it's a rumor, but it's not confirmed.
But it's not like it's an April. It's not an April Fool's thing.
No, it's not an April Fool's thing. It's a rumor.
Okay. So I mean, that's cool and all, if that's right, because I enjoyed Gail Simone's Wonder Woman run. But the problem with that is that I still don't know anything else about that Wonder Woman game.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I got something. You guys have to negatively review Super Wonder and why this couple is not good. No, Tavia, we already assigned our stuff.
Yeah, we can assign our stuff. You can't assign our stuff.
It's all locked in. It's all locked in. We can't take it away and redo stuff once it's locked in.
And Tavia, you can't assign us assignments.
He can recommend it, but it's up to this is one of the occasions where it's optional because it's only required if it's the 4 co-hosts.
Sage
Britt, wait, I got it. Britt, if you're in here next year, you're coming on the panel and you have to positively review the Tomasi Superman Wonder Woman run.
And Nix, if you're still here, you have to positively review Velma season 2. Excuse me a moment.
So yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. This was a really fun stream. So
except for the old man not doing his homework.
Except for the old man, Deceased would be a cool game. Okay, legit, that would be a cool game. Deceased, they could do it like zombies and everything like that. That could actually be really fun. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this April Fool's Day thing. I can't believe I had to review Blank Man. So
be sure to be here on Thursday when Teladia and I continue our stream of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
I'm at level 20. I've just got to grind the next 15 levels.
Dovakian, yeah, April Fools. Jared, how about your new ship? Oh yeah, I have a very new ship that I'm gonna announce on this stream. I don't think Teladia, I don't think you've heard this.
Go on.
So Britt and I were recording Super Wonder Legacy. Hey, you too, dude. Thanks for showing up. So, and Britt was talking about how the character of Maxima is basically the way Wonder Bat fans think Wonder Woman is. Like she's very much like a princess, wholly interested in power and riches. Yeah. So I came up. Oh, so they created Maxibat. and then Britt counters. Here's the way Britt responds. You ready? She goes, "That sounds like a Pokemon."
Oh god.
That's my new thing. So far I have Zoas and Maxibat.
Batmax.
All right. Next year I'm going to make a Zoas edit using Man of Steel footage. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. So also also this weekend, I made a new edit that puts scenes from Zack Snyder's movies to the Hallelujah song that plays in every Zack Snyder movie. So I have that.
Which will get copyright claimed.
Yeah, but it'll get claimed, but as long as it's not strike, I'm fine. And then in terms of movie night, we're going to be talking about Batman and Robin. So, oh boy. Be sure, by the way, to watch the episode of Super Wonder Legacy that just went up, where Britt and I talk about the Super Wonder family and how, like, Superman would relate to the Wonder Girls, how Wonder Woman would relate to Connor and Kara and such. And, like, it's the blended families. It's actually doing pretty decently, so I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see on CLD. Be sure to show up to CLD so we can see Nick's review of the Marvels. And again, pray for Nick's sake that Marvel keeps announcing Captain Marvel movies so we can keep having him do Captain Marvel, because that's awesome. Zoas, only Wonder Bat is a more perfect ship. I think you mean Maxibat.
Maxibat.
But anyway, so by the way, for my commentary video this week, I'm going to be talking about why DC needs a reboot. So, Teladia?
Yeah. So for me, guys, you guys know I'm doing the stream on Thursday with Jared. Me and Jared are going to finish up. We're going to finish that.
Hopefully. We're trying to grind.
We're trying to grind our stream. Hopefully, if I can't get up to level 35, because we both need to be level 35, we spend the 2 hours just... Because it should take us about an hour. Give or take on that, and then I also will be doing I'm going to be doing a video talking about why Warner Brothers needs to get their heads out their butts and start producing more announcements for video games. Because looking at Marvel, they're announcing things left, right, and center, and I'll be talking about Marvel Rivals in a video coming soon. I'll be making hopefully I'll make a video about that, talking about the new Overwatch killer. So I'll be talking about that.
That's an April Fool's joke right there.
As for me, I recently moved up my Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough to Saturdays, as well
because he was busy calibrating all the guns in the Normandy, like Garrus.
Something like that. But even more so, you're going to see Swoltor coming back. Though, to be honest, I am having some server problems with my account, so I may just restart my Swoltor playthrough wholesale. I haven't decided yet. And stay tuned for the New Direction vs. Elseworld. What if Scion was in the Decamu?
And he has to positively talk about Gotham Knights, the TV show, with
that that official review is in the works.
Not review, you live reacting.
You know what? That's his movie next year.
Okay.
That's his movie next year. We'll do that. All right. Okay. So
like, comment, subscribe, everybody.
Yes, exactly. Stay heroic, and remember, Lois Lane.
Lois Lane is Lois Lane.
Hey! Stop it! Watch out. Lois Lane is Lois Lane. Zoe's for life, and Maxibat for life. See you later, ladies and gents.